I've been journaling and also planning since June of 2020, and I've experimented with different types of journaling and planning over those years. So today I thought I would talk about some of the journals and planners that I have either abandoned or decided the format was really not for me. So yeah, it will be a little flip through and an explanation of why I decided to abandon these journals and planners. So these first two are not exactly like journals, but I have been keeping a log of all the washi tape I have collected over the years. As you can see, my collection right now is quite big, and especially when I first started this journaling hobby, I went quite crazy buying a bunch of washi tape, and also I did quite a few exchanges with friends, and I really wanted to keep track of all the washi tape that I have. So I decided to put them in a book together with the labels that usually come with them. But recently, if you look at my journal entries, especially my daily journals, you actually use more stickers than washi tape. So actually I haven't been buying much recently, and also I will be moving out soon. So even though I really love the collection I have now, especially the way I have them all displayed, which is what I have always wanted to do, I have always wanted to have a full drawer of washi tape like I see on Instagram. So I'm really glad that I managed to do that, but I definitely won't be able to bring all these over with me. So since I'm cutting down a lot on my washi tape collection, I don't think I will be maintaining a swatch book anymore. Like if I get any new washi tape, it will just go into my daily journal as another log of my day. So yeah, from next year onwards, I won't be maintaining a washi swatch book. But as I flip through, the amounts that I bought over the years has really significantly died down, because in the first place I really don't have any more space for washi tape. Recently the ones that I've bought have only because I have been on holiday, so I buy them as sort of a souvenir. Even during events like conventions, I don't really buy artist washi anymore. When I do buy art recently, it's mostly just stickers, since I do use them every day in my journal and to decorate other books or planners and stuff. So yeah, majority of my stationery collection now is just focused on stickers. And also sometimes when the manhwa merch has washi tape, I will also buy those. So these are from Japan. These are a friend's merch that I bought to support her, and also because I really love her art. And these are all from Pen Pal Mail. And yeah, that's it. So if I compare between just 2021 alone is already 2 times the thickness of both 2022 and 2023 combined. And this whole book is just 2020, so you can see the progression of how little I've been buying over the years. So I'm great to have these as a memory keeping item in my collection, but from next year onwards I will not be keeping my washi swatch book anymore. This is my reading journal, just a log of all the books that I have read. So it's also a repurposed notebook that I just had in my house way before I started journaling, and I decided to use it for this purpose. So yeah, the art is something that I drew quite a long time ago, and I bought it just as a sample to check the quality of these Redbubble notebooks. So I think I started this in 2021. No, I started this in 2020. Yeah. So from March 2020, I wanted to log how many pages I read in a day, and then the books that I read for the month. And yeah, I just love keeping track of stats, so these are the stuff that I kept track of. And for the first month I didn't do it, but from April I also wanted to keep track of my ratings for the books that I read. This month was very productive. I think I was doing some sort of challenge. I don't quite remember because it's a few years ago. But yeah, this is around my regular reading speed when I have a lot of time, since this was during the lockdown period, so I had a lot of time at home just to read and journal and stuff. So yeah, this is I did do a reading challenge. I wanted to try to read 20 books in 20 days, and apparently I failed and I only read 14. So yeah, this was the log of my reading challenge. And also I kind of wanted to see how fast I actually am able to read if I was challenging myself. So in May, I would say this is more of the regular speed I would read. Yeah, I started to read less and less as the lockdown was over. And I really enjoyed doing all these layouts and thinking of what theme to do for each month. But I really didn't want to force myself to read just because I had a reading log. So as you can see, yeah, the reading starts to get lesser and lesser as around this time is when I started having a job and other things to do. So reading was one of the hobbies that I kind of semi-abandoned. So this was the whole of 2021. I abandoned the whole idea of doing a monthly thing, and I wanted to keep track of what I read in a year, but as you can see, it was really not much at all. And this is what I managed for 2022, and after that it's completely empty. I didn't even attempt to set up anything for 2023 because I knew I was just abandoning the whole reading thing temporarily. So in the end, this has ended up as one of the journals that I have abandoned, stopped using completely. So I kept a little mini log of the teas that I drank. I have been enjoying drinking more tea recently, but I decided to start this tea log mostly because I started to drink more teas that had really cute packaging, as you'll see when I flip through later, especially this brand, Small Mermaid, and also Carol Carpet, which I learned of because I follow a lot of Rainbow Holics Instagram and YouTube channel. So yeah, it's this brand. And because I was kind of new to drinking tea, I also wanted to keep a log of how I was drinking the tea and what I liked about it. And yes, mainly I just really wanted to keep the packaging of the tea because the designs were all really cute. But as time goes on, I kind of abandoned doing this because it does take time to do, and in the end I don't really like thinking that much about my food and drink, so I haven't been using this tea log for quite a while. But I still like keeping the packaging for the teas, especially since the illustrators spend so much time designing them. So yeah, I like keeping them. Yeah, around here is when I started to sort of give up and just put the packaging in just to keep the designs. And I started writing less and less. Yep. In 2023 I only did one entry and that's all. I still enjoy drinking teas, especially when I'm journaling or just watching some Netflix shows at night, but I don't really bother putting them into this tea log anymore, so this is just gonna be another of my abandoned journals. This one, I kind of only made it because I just wanted to buy a Hobonichi Weeks, and I only decided what I was going to write in it after I got it. Because for planners, I already had one that I wanted to use, so I never thought of using my Hobonichi Weeks as a daily to-do list kind of planner. So I decided to just do a log of the food that I ate every day. So yeah, all these front parts I just didn't use at all. and so I just did a daily log of what I ate and just anything notable about any of the meals I had for the week. It was kind of fun doing all the decorations and the little logs of the interesting meals in a week, but to be honest, it was a bit tedious. I was also kind of logging my food intake because I was working from home mainly in this year, and it was sort of to stop myself from snacking too much in the week when I was at home. But it is really tiring to have to log everything that I eat, especially all the little snacks, and also putting in the effort to print out all the pictures and photos and stuff of any notable meals. And it's not like I go out of my way to go to a cafe or a restaurant every week, so certain weeks it was kind of a struggle to think of what to do for the spread on this side. So this is March. Doing a flip through now, it's kind of, as with a lot of the journals that I have, it's fun to look through after the fact, like after I have finished all the logs and all the decorations. It's nice to look back at it, but in the moment when I have to do all the logs and do the decoration and all that, it can be kind of tiring. I started to stop doing as much decoration, and I didn't even write anything for these. So you can start to see them getting plainer and plainer. All I did for decoration was just stick a washi tape at the bottom. Mostly also because I wanted to use up more of the washi samples that my friends gave me. So this is August, September. Yeah, around September is when I stopped the log, so there's nothing from this onwards. But I also keep this on hand still because I also did a little cafe log at the very back, and there are some of these cafes that I kind of still want to visit, but I don't really have much time left since I will be flying off in like a month. But it's still a nice reference to have in case I really want to find somewhere to hang out with my friends, or maybe even do a photo shoot. And yeah, that's it for this little food diary thing. I'm definitely never keeping a food diary again because it's really a pain to keep. But yeah, it was fun flipping through this and looking at all the entries I made back then. So yet another abandoned journal thing. This is not even a full journal anymore, it's just a bunch of loose paper because the A6 binder I used to keep these in are the ones that I gave away in my recent giveaway. So all I have left are these loose sheets. But this was a journal that I wanted to try to start because I really like looking at those anime journals, anime and K-pop journals that I see on Instagram. I really love those like little spreads that people do just for fun. Some of them don't even have any writing, it's just a collage of images. and yeah, it looked really fun, so I really wanted to try doing that, but then I kind of ran out of time to do those because I got a job, and yeah, I'm mostly spending a lot of my journaling effort in my daily journals. I really enjoyed doing journals of anime, but honestly I haven't been watching a lot of anime recently. I mostly just read Japanese manga and manhwa, and recently I've been even trying to read the Japanese light novels, so I don't watch a lot of anime anymore. And yeah, so these spreads were fun to do, but I don't really set aside a lot of time to do them, so I just abandoned having an anime journal. And these will just be left as a bunch of loose paper. I got this little habit tracker journal from a friend, and I thought it was a fun little idea. If you see from my reading journal and stuff, I just like doing little tracking things, so I thought I would just try using this since it was a gift. But as with many of these abandoned journals, I just run out of steam halfway through and stop using them entirely. Yeah. So I was using this kind of as a goal tracker. Like, I wanted to track how much I used my social media and how much work I was doing. Especially as a freelancer, I really like to keep track of how many days I'm actually working in a month. The days that I posted on my various Instagrams and on my TikTok is when I would log in, and days that I worked on my animation and drawing. I didn't really do a lot of deco on this. I just let the pages do the work. And basically it only lasted from June of 2021 to November, because I think around this time is when I got a full-time job. So it was kind of a pain to log in my work hours, and whenever I have a full-time job, I don't post as much on my Instagram, or I don't draw as much anymore. So it felt kind of a hassle to keep track of all those, and that's when I really abandoned this. But of course I still keep it because it was a gift from my friend, so I'm really grateful for getting this, but for now I am just gonna put it aside. Okay, so this one technically isn't abandoned, especially if you follow my Instagram or my TikTok. I have been doing short videos about doing some journal entries in this. Originally I bought this A5 6-ring binder for my daily journals until I switched to an A6 version, and then currently I am only using the Midori MD books for my daily journaling. So this became sort of a random, I just journal whatever I feel like doing. So I used to keep some YouTube video ideas in here, and also some playlist spreads, or just some spreads that I did for fun. Originally, after I abandoned this as a daily journal, I thought that I would use this to do some fun journaling and video them for my YouTube channel. So if you remember these videos, I tried doing like journaling challenges, and I did have a few more ideas for journaling challenges to do, but nowadays I wouldn't really use these journal entries as like a full YouTube video by themselves. I will always do videos about the journals and the planners that I use, especially my monthly flip-throughs. I do still want to keep those on my channel, but once I move, I'm kind of shifting this more towards a journaling and vlogging channel. So like purely journaling stuff, like these single spreads, are not something that I would dedicate a whole YouTube video to. I will just do short little snippets and post them on my TikTok and Instagram. But I still really do like how all the spreads that I ended up doing in this turned out. And yeah, like I said, I won't stop doing spreads in this. So it's not fully an abandoned journal, but you won't be seeing this on my YouTube anymore, unless it's the end of year flip through of every single journal I've ever done, sort of thing. Yep, in the 3 years I've had this, these are just a few spreads that I've done in it so far. So you'll still see this around, just not on my YouTube. So last but not least is this little 3-ring binder. I admit that I initially wanted to buy a 3-ring binder because of all the posts that I saw on Instagram that like this size was really cute, and I wanted to try using it as a daily planner. So it was where I wanted to write down all my to-do lists and also track cleaning up stuff in my room and my pen pal stuff, and also keeping track of my packages of like stuff that I bought. So yep, and also any Patreons that I supported for the month. So basically I had a page where I put in the stuff that I wanted to do for the month, and every week and every day I would sort of track what I wanted to do for the day. And I really loved the look of it, but I realized that planning my to-do list only day by day was not something that I liked doing. I prefer my current planners where I can have the whole month or the whole year just already on the planner, and I can just plan ahead. So if I have something on like 2 or 3 months from now, I can just go ahead and put that in the planner. Or usually for my to-do list, I actually prefer to plan the whole week in advance and not just day by day. So that's when I decided to abandon this planner. But I really still do love the look of a 3-ring binder, so I've been sort of trying to think of what else to use it for. As you can see, after I abandoned the daily to-do list thing, I tried to convert it to a weekly to-do list. But this is when I really decided that I wanted to have a dated weekly planner so that I could really state the days of when I needed stuff to be done. And yeah, I haven't thought of what else to use this for, but I'm just keeping it as a memory. I will have a more in-depth planner video because I will be setting up my daily planner for next year. But after using a few different formats, I have decided that I actually prefer having a fully dated planner where everything is already set up for me and I just do a bit of decorations and put in my to-do lists for each day. Because for this year, I actually used an undated planner, and mostly because I really like the look of this because it's an under the oak tree themed one, but it was undated, so I had to do all the setup for myself every week. And anyway, there wasn't enough pages for the whole full year, so from now onwards I'm just going to have a fully dated planner, and I'll be setting up the one for next year in a later video. So if you managed to make it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I thought it would just be fun to look back at all the journals and stuff that I have abandoned over the years before I really put them away in storage. Hope you all have a good day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!